left off, you guys were doing the whole canopy fight in the Fields of Light, and ended up succeeding in that fight that you guys caused, and they thought you guys were enemies. And when they fired back in defense, you guys fired back even harder, and so the firing never stopped. He captured the guy they were trying to protect, and basically said, "Stay right there, don't move. We're gonna go discuss things." You wouldn't discuss things. You turn around, he's gone, and you notice that one of the baskets that had a bunch of grains of rice in it had been spilled over and looked like it had been rifled through. And he was also missing. So one would assume he probably grabbed something from there that was being hidden. But you guys, I think we ended off literally right as you guys realized he was gone, and the cart mostly crushed from the canopy falling down.
So we got stuff from the cart.
Mm-hmm.
I got some kind of gloves with runes on them.
Mm-hmm.
Vials of various colors, 2 potions, and a component pouch.
Mm-hmm.
That's what I say on my notes.
Yep. But none of you know identify.
No.
So, no idea what these things are.
They're better than the boots of extra action, I'm assuming.
The boots of extra action are phenomenal. What are you talking about?
Hopefully they sell well.
They are amazing boots. Those things are the best boots in existence.
Mm-hmm.
Right, Spencer?
Don't know what you're talking about.
Good old Zephyr here has some boots. They're called the boots of extra action. They give him an extra action when he clicks the heels together. To click his heels together costs an action.
Lovely.
Those boots are very powerful.
They give an extra bonus action too, right?
No, they don't.
No. Because that would be...
You have to be a thief rogue to do that.
Yeah. So the guy's taken off, and if I recall, we tried to find where he went. We tried to follow him, but he was just vanished from.
Yep, I rolled extremely high on stealth.
Yeah, so he dimension-doored or something far away, and we couldn't find him.
Because you killed all of his detail. Or no, you didn't kill his detail. The wizards escaped. Yeah, so he had 2 wizards in his detail. Both of them escaped.
And then, so there were a few that died.
Yes. And you already rifled through their bodies.
Well, I don't know if we can follow this guy. He's kind of disappeared. Do we continue on the direction we were going? What do you think, Bodos?
Aren't I stuck in a cart, or do we... Again, I missed that part of the story after I left.
You were stuck in a cart, because you were in a cart rifling through it when it collapsed on top of you, but you have a flaming halberd, so you are able to escape out of that pretty well.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, I think you escaped, and then we kind of huddled up.
Yeah.
To talk about what to do next with this guy, because he was saying that the kid was saying that he knew he had some knowledge or something that he had to deliver to wherever they were going, and we were trying to get it out of him.
Okay.
And then, so we decided, I think we were going to go down the path of torture, and we decided to huddle up and say, what do we do with this guy? And then he took off.
Yeah, as you guys turned around, you're like, "No, we got this. Yeah, we're gonna torture him." You turn around, and you're like, "Well, time to torch," and he's gone.
He's gone.
So I guess right now we're just trying to determining which path is better for us right now.
Yep.
Because he went back the way we came, right?
Yes.
And then we were heading to a town.
So you guys were heading east. He was heading west. You don't know what direction he ran to. once he escaped. You don't know where he went direction-wise, but you know that there is mainly 2 roads now, but with the canopy gone, there's paths to omnidirectional.
Yeah. And
Okay, I mean, we were already headed out towards that other town, right? So
Mm-hmm.
yeah,
there's no real reason for us to backtrack just to go after that guy.
yeah, because we don't know really what he was there for, and it doesn't seem like it aligned with what we were trying to do, which was what we were trying to do. Dean? Where are we going?
That's exactly what I'm checking right now.
Okay. We were heading somewhere very important.
Extremely important. So important that you guys are heading to the Glimmering Watch.
Glimmering Watch.
But I think you guys were heading to the Tempest Promenade first. Because you guys landed in Gardenia, had the ooh people.
Pause.
Going through the Fields of Light, then to the Tempest Promenade, and then from Tempest Promenade going to Glimmering Watch.
Gotcha.
So you guys are right here, basically. Like right there by the coastline, through the Fields of Light. Like right in the middle of it. So like halfway to Tempest, and then up here is Glimmering. Because you would have had to go from Aqualoon up to probably about Sitport, then Sitport go down, or have a specialty ship cut through, but those waters get real rough if you don't follow the normal charts. So it would have been more expensive of a journey and possibly more treacherous. So you guys were like, nah, we'll just take we'll take boat and then go by land.
And that was
Okay.
just trying to remember. It's been a long time. That was the Glimmering
Watch.
Watch is where we'll encounter our spirit journey, the lake,
The next place.
the next place.
Mhm.
Okay. And that's why we were heading there.
Because all of you guys are still new to the spirit journey.
Right. We don't have spirits or anything. At
No.
least not Zephyr and Bumble.
Yep. Vodos does.
Right.
A lion or some kind of feline with expensive appetite.
Sandstone Tiger, I think it was.
Yeah.
He likes gemstones. What was his name? It's your spirit.
Oh, you mean mine?
Yes.
Okay. Fucking Verzande.
Yeah, Brizande.
I'm sitting here like, what do you mean, me?
I'm like, you have a spirit, don't you? Unless you want to give it away, I mean.
Yeah, because I don't know if Bumble took any damage.
No, I think Bumble actually was unscathed from that.
Vodos, did you take damage?
Vodos took some hefty damage because he was being controlled by Eli. And
Okay.
then...
Just a little, yeah.
I took a bit, a fair bit.
Yeah, Bumble I think was fine. Zephyr took a fair bit.
I'm a little lower than half my HP.
And then Kaisatra I think took a little damage. And then what's his name? Bucket was destroyed from
Bucket was destroyed.
Yeah. He was destroyed until the next long rest.
So yeah, I think we should go. Just forget this kid. He was only like 14 anyway. Can't trust a kid that's like 14. Probably just stealing snacks.
Or quills.
Probably some pompous kid trying to get back to that stupid village that chased us away. So, I say if you're okay, we can move on. Take a rest in the place I already forgot the name of.
Fields of Light.
Fields of no the town we're going to.
Oh,
Yeah. Not the Glimmering Watch, but the one before that.
Tempest, probably.
The Tempest Promenade. That place. Hey, you should like that place. The Tempest sounds like your kind of thing.
I mean, that depends on the people.
Well, we're good with people, so I don't think we'll have a problem. I mean, look at this last group. We settled things pretty fairly. We tried diplomacy first.
Yeah, we technically did. That's true.
All right.
I say we keep going then.
Okay. How far do you think it is? To the village.
I mean, how far did we run before we got to this point?
Probably, I think it was like 2 days, or no, about a day and a half, I think, to get to where you guys are at right now.
Still takes quite a ways, yeah.
In a day or two?
Yeah, probably about 2 more days. Yeah, we can do quick skip encounters for that one.
Okay.
To skip ahead.
Let's do that.
To the Tempest Promenade. So the Tempest Promenade is a enormous ring city. It is. It looks like it was once like built on a ridge that is then slowly carved out. And you're realizing it is a cylindrical rings, and the rings keep descending down. That the top layer looks like it's been spread out pretty far, but it looks like it keeps going down and down and down. You hear the very distinct sound of crumbling and grinding rock. This is a enormous mining town. It looks like the start of this place was originally for mining, but you're not exactly sure what. But you do know that the whole place is specifically for mining. But the city itself does not look like a ramshackled little gold rush town. Like, this place is rich. This is rich in culture, rich in cash. So, running through here, there is no borders to this town. There is no walls or form of like militaristic enforcement to their borders of this city, but it's you do see that there is people just running about their business. So you guys go on into this place, and it's a lot of open air marketplaces coming through here. Because of the severity of the mining operations here, there is just like a layer of soot, dust, and sand just kind of everywhere you're going. Gravel underfoot gets a little more crunchy. There's not a ton of greenery. There are large trees that are throughout here, but there's not like big swaths of grass or a lot of these like really like vibrant vines over everything. It's not really like an academic or that coastal city. This is more of a industrial city. You do see that there is smokestacks rising up, either from machinery, like heavy equipment, or from factories, or from just maybe vendors. But there is an enormous amount of produce here, and it's just a large bazaar here. But you're seeing there's multiple roads that intersect through this city. Some of them major roads, some of them minor roads, but you see that there's carts, horse-drawn, some donkey-drawn. See, there's a few that are drawn by like these like lizard-like creatures, just running by. This place is bustling with people. But this is the Tempest Promenade.
Oh, we made it. This is my kind of place. Seems like it's full of miners.
Hey, you. Nice try, Diddy.
So, what do you think? We need to find a place to take a little bit of rest, set up camp.
It's up to you if that you want to stay at an actual inn. I don't know how good it's going to be with all this dust everywhere.
Yeah, I mean, it seems
Kind of nasty.
it's not as pompous as the last place, but it seems like we probably get some good hearty drink and nice bed.
You are seeing there are people that are coming through here. They look like they are merchants. You see they're adorned with like sometimes 2 rings on every finger, bracelets up to like the elbow. Like, these people are wreathed in wealth. These large sashes of deeply, beautifully dyed colors, just kind of walking through the bazaar with a cohort caravan behind them. Looks like they're either selling their wares or looking for new vendors to sell through, or looking for new product. There's a bunch of walks of life here. Not everybody here is specifically miners here. There are ones that do look through here that they are kind of soot covered. They look like they've been in the mines for a while.
Are they all dwarves?
There actually is quite a bit of dwarves through here.
Nice.
Roll a religion check for Vodos, actually, because Vodos would be, I think, better for this.
That's a 16 plus. Wait. Put my thing here. Okay. Plus 1. So 17.
You got a +1 for religion?
I don't have a religion as my set thing right now.
He's an Oathbreaker.
Oh yeah, that's right. Okay. You forget.
I'm an Oathbreaker. I don't care. I don't have religion.
So, you... I don't like that one. Never mind, I like it. Aiden likes it.
Kind of catchy.
So, you being an Oathbreaker would recognize the symbolisms of other deities. This is the symbol of Moradin, the Allhammer, the god of the forge and one of the patron gods of the dwarves, and the Stormlord, god of storms, thunder, lightning, but also god of honor. You notice that those two gods are through here, and a lot of the basis behind some of these gods can be derived from a sense of honor in commerce and in honorable dealings. But then there's also the mining aspect where the Allhammer looks over them. So there are a number of dwarves through here. Some of them are Dwaragar as well. So you are seeing there's quite a bit walks of life here. Some are wealthy aristocratic merchants. Some are just people breaking their back with manual labor trying to make do. But there is a wreath of things you could do in this city. It all depends on what you guys want to do.
Well, I'm itching to try out my new ring, but it doesn't really work very good unless I have more than one ring. So maybe we'll find an inn with some rich people that have had a little bit too much to drink, and I can convince them out of their ring, or multiple rings even. Pretty sly.
You're pretty sly. So walking through here, in this bizarre setting, there are people that do have their face kind of covered, either protect them from occasional dust storms, but they do have like a lot of like wrapping on them as if they are ready for desert, temperament. But you do see that the walking through here, it is shaded. There are the stalls are pretty close in these streets. It's kind of shoulder to shoulder a lot of the time through here. For you guys, it's foot to forehead, because you guys are flying basically at eye height on everybody and kind of kicking them as you fly by.
Mm-hmm.
But there is a lot of these big bolts or big things of fabric, kind of like clouding the sky a little bit throughout these walkways. Some of them are like covered by planks of wood, different things like that to obfuscate the sun as best as possible. So walking through here is kind of like a myriad of color as well. Not everything here is just kind of gloomy, but you are noticing there's a large amount of gemstones in a lot of these stalls. Some of them look very rough cut, some of them look very gorgeous, but the ones that are more gorgeous are being adorned and worn by other people. Looks like these are mainly large geodes and like large uncut rocks.
So probably something locally sourced.
Probably.
Do they look like they have any magic properties to them or anything? Or power?
You can go ahead and make an Arcana check.
Ooh, I have a +5, so 14.
14. You're looking through here. Majority of them don't seem like they have any like natural arcana or runes into them, but a lot of these look like they could be serviceable for gemstones that could be used for enchantments.
Okay.
But you would definitely need somebody who is a skilled craftsman to convert these.
So I just remembered I wanted to do a thing.
Yes.
So I'm going to approach one of those, the finest looking gem shop that I can see, and the rough cut ones.
Okay.
And
We'll go ahead and roll for an investigation check.
okay. 17.
17. Yeah, you end up running through here, buzzing around. Vodos barely keeping up with you.
Wait. 19 because of my thing.
Because you're what thing?
I rolled an 8 and it's a +9, but I have it's a
Reliable
proficient,
talent?
so I have reliable talent. So.
Perfect. So it's a 10 regardless.
Yeah, so 19 total.
Gotcha. But yeah, running through here, or flying through here, you find this shop that's like a little bigger than the other stalls, and this one is a bit deeper as well. But you see there's like little display cases in here, but you see sitting behind one of these counters is this enormous looking like almost like gelatinous, kind of slothy, like slime type creature, kind of like a slime Jabba the Hutt almost, but like just like kind of like green, like undulating slime. And you guys walk in and he goes,
Guests, welcome to my shop. What can I service for you?
Well, I was just admiring your rocks that you're selling,
Oh, thank you.
and I'm very interested in rocks. It seems like you have the best ones that I've seen around.
Within this quarter lane, we do.
Now, are any of these magical?
They can be, certainly.
And how can they be? Can you imbue magic into them?
Oh, I am just a humble collector. These gemstones are not of my own, how do you say, unique touch. I am a supplier, you see. I supply rare gemstones of varying degrees. You supply me with the coin, I can find you your gem.
Well, I'm interested in getting a gem like this, and I'm kind of pointing general direction of all the gems.
you see that there's a bunch of like, there's ones on display that look like they have like a layer of like soot on them. They've been here for a little bit. There's other ones that look beautiful, but they're under like some like glass displays, and they're like, some of them are like look like geodes that have been like cracked open. There's other ones that look like they are growing directly on the side of a rock that they broke the rock off and kind of have that display. Some of them look like they could just be display pieces. Others look like they are, with your Arcana check, some of them look like they could be given to a skilled enchanter and used for something pretty regularly. Or pretty, not regularly, remarkably.
So you must be seeming, you have the finest shop here.
Of course.
You must have deep connections.
I have some, yes.
So you probably could tell me where I could get a stone like this enchanted by one of your best enchanters. in
Oh,
town.
you're wanting a discount.
Oh, I'd love a discount.
Well, if you're going through one of my suppliers, put in a good word, and I'll do as such for you. And I think we can work something out.
I would I'd be happy to do that.
Give me one moment.
Okay.
And he kind of like to the back, and you see the curtains that they're like kind of half curtains, but as he passes through them, you realize, oh, those were once beaded curtains, but they've just accumulated like slime that it's like dried and stuff to where it almost looks like just like a regular curtain. But you realize they're kind of like undulate a little bit from them smacking against each other. And you see he goes ahead and slithers on back.
Well, it will look for you. Go and find the enchanter.
And you look over and you see this is a beast folk. and you see it is a kind of like a disheveled, like overgrown beard, just kind of everywhere, rabbit man. You see his ears kind of go up. One of the notches on one of the ears looks like it's missing a little bit. Hair kind of just wiring everywhere. This like white fuzzy beard that's just like everywhere. It's not well kept at all. And he's got these like beady little red eyes. This little tiny button nose. He goes, "Okay, boss. Who do you want me to go get?"
Go get Marcus. I may have a good customer.
Oh, okay. Evening. And you just hear him just like pitter patter out.
So I've seen rabbit folk like him. He looks a little unkempt, but I've never seen someone like you. Where do you come from?
Oh, I don't really know.
Ah,
I'm uniquely me.
you are very unique.
Yes, slimes can be sentient. I am proof of that.
So do you remember like where you came from, or or have always been here?
I remember gaining a thought when some wizard tried to experiment on slime that had some form of sentience, and yet here I am.
What kind of wizard would do that?
Some silly one, probably.
Yeah, I mean, no offense,
Oh,
but why would he experiment on you? That's
none taken.
it's kind of dangerous. He could have,
Slimes can be very dangerous
Yeah.
indeed.
the wrong chemicals or the wrong spell, then you could just turn into a crystal or something.
There is ones that can do that, I've realized. Very dangerous. For me, at least.
So do you get a lot of customers through here? I mean, it seems like this is what this place is meant for, is
Oh.
mining and gyms and stuff.
Of course. I have a numerous amounts coming through and through.
You realize, and as you're talking with him more, you are starting to see that there's like little bits kind of like floating through him that look like they're being like slightly dissolved. Like he looks like a sentient gelatinous cube in the shape of like Jabba the Hutt. He's got like two arms, like this big like kind of worm-like face that's just a big sloth, and there's kind of like big opening mouth. No teeth or anything, but you do see that there is what looks like two like rocks. One that looks like a black rock of some kind, but it's glinting a little as some light hits it, and a sapphire. And those look like they're indicating where his eyes are, at least. You see he has what looks like a vest on that's like way too small and kind of sunken into the center of him a little bit. So it's not sitting on the surface, it's kind of inside him a little. But you see occasionally, you could almost swear those are some bones in there as well. Kind of half dissolving.
Nice. At first, I kind of thought he was the slime creature.
Yep.
I was like, wait.
I saw that look in her, I'm like, oh,
Is that where he went? We left him at the traveling vagabond or something.
Yep, the wandering vagabond.
Wandering vagabond. Yeah. So yeah, I really interested in. I mean, you have really cool stones and gems. Have you ever seen anything like this? And I show him what is it called? The large spiky acorn from that purple squirrel.
Oh, yes.
Because that was kind of gem-like looking, right?
Mm-hmm.
And so I just showed him that and said, "Have you seen anything like this before?"
Oh, no, I have not. Do you mind?
Oh, is it safe? Is it gonna dissolve if you touch it?
Oh, I can control that. I'm
Oh.
sentient.
Oh, okay, well, sorry.
Not all slimes do
Do that, and he like touches it, and it kind of like sucks through the arm and into his like core, and you see the two gemstones on the inside just kind of look downwards, and kind of brings it up into his face a little bit. The gemstones are like looking around it, kind of like doing like a scan around this acorn before he just spits it out from the mouth.
Can't say I have.
Okay, well,
Where was this from?
it was a gift.
A gift.
Yeah. Yes, I was visiting my homeland and met a kind squirrel.
Where are you from?
I don't know exactly. It's in another dimension. Or another plane, I guess you would say. And I was sent there and trapped there for a while. I actually grew up quite a bit in that amount of time. See, I'm much older than I look.
Right. You look around 12.
That's a good guess. That's about what I was when I went in, but I'm probably in the hundreds now, easily.
Strange.
Yeah, the Fae is a strange place.
Oh, you are Fae. You are fairy.
I am. See,
Oh.
I show my.
How did I not see that?
Well, your eye was kind of drooping a little
Oh,
bit, and so.
sorry. Let me.
Yeah.
And he sticks his hand in and
Which one
kind
do I concentrate on anyway? It's like hard to focus. One keeps sliding down.
It happens.
I know. Yeah, I mean, I guess it happened. It hasn't happened to me yet,
Oh,
but I'm only a couple hundred years old, so.
I see. Who are you?
and he looks over at Vodos, who's just kind of awkwardly standing there in the building.
I'm Bodos.
Oh,
For lack of better words, I'm his warden.
the warden. Oh,
Yeah, I take care of him and make sure he's safe.
That's the other way around, but sure.
Oh, wow. And I kind of wink at the.
Being a warden, I make sure that I try to keep him out of too much mischief, but I tend to fail often.
Well, that's because my brother here, Bumble, he's hard to handle sometimes.
You turn around, he's gone.
Oh, well, yeah, he left. He's fine. He's probably just conjuring up some undead.
was this one of his?
And he kind of like lifts up like his like vest a little bit, and you see that there's like a decomposing skeleton in here, just kind of like.
Oh, George.
I wouldn't doubt it
Yeah.
at this point, but we haven't been to this area before, so probably not his.
Oh,
Yeah.
some other person then, maybe?
So is that how you eat?
Oh, yes. I consume things. Much like other slimes of the non-intelligent, I consume in the same way. I take organic material and destroy it inside my body. Inorganic, too, but some taste really bad.
Does it like leave a metallic taste in your mouth?
Very much
Slime?
so.
So you can take any shape you want,
Pretty much.
and you went with that. You're brave. That's
It is
pretty.
a 4.
It's foreboding. I bet you don't get a lot of shoplifters.
Oh, no, I do not. Especially when they see these.
And he kind of like opens up the other side and like pulls out what looks like a skull. But as he puts it on the counter, you realize this is carved out of some sort of stone.
I keep this one specifically to scare off the folks.
What does that guy do?
Oh, this is just a stone-shaped skull. Or skull. Stone in the shape of a skull. Yes.
Kind of picks it up again and it
Do you does it have power?
It has power over shoplifters.
Ah,
Makes them think I eat people who shoplift.
but you do. I see the guy there.
That does happen, yes.
Yeah.
But it prevents this from happening.
I've never eaten anybody.
It's an acquired taste,
Well-
because I have to acquire them.
There might have been some animals that were sentient and I just didn't know it. And I'm sorry if I did.
What?
Well, I've eaten a lot of animals, and maybe a wizard put a spell on the squirrel that I ate last night. I don't know.
Oh, maybe. I don't do much with the magics.
Good. Good. It's probably not a good idea. A slime with magic powers, that seems like it could be trouble.
There are some, though.
Are there?
Some that have developed enormous magical strength and might. I don't know any though.
You guys have a club?
Not all slimes know each other.
Oh, that's a shame. You guys could get together, maybe like combine and become like a mega slime.
No. I'd like my own intelligence.
Well, you could be the head.
No,
You could control them. Take over this whole city. I'll back you up. You need help?
What?
Where do they live? I can find them.
I'm confused.
That's okay. I'll be your
Welcome to
counselor.
why I am now the warden. This
I
happens
understand now. For instance, I wouldn't want to eat him.
Too much metal?
Too much metal.
Yes. That's what I keep saying.
That would take a long time to dispose of.
Well, he takes a lot of hits in battle, and that metal just stands the test of time.
For you, though, perfect snack.
Yeah, I'm pretty tasty. People try to eat me sometimes. I like because I'm small.
Probably.
I'm pretty gamey, though. I'm probably really, bad for your digestive system.
One can only try to find out.
Yeah, I mean... I wonder if you could do that, if you can eat somebody, if you were a magician, and you could revivify them,
Ooh.
and then eat them again.
I don't know how those magics work.
Me neither.
Maybe we can ask Marcus.
Yeah. Where's your rabbit guy? I thought rabbits were fast.
Sorry. I got a little winded. He kind of like his little rabbit feet are just.
Got some bunnies on the side, huh? Taking your time.
You don't even know the half of it, man. Alright. Mind if I keep going back there?
Yes, continue on. He's cutting gemstones for me.
Ah, good guy.
And you just hear, "Yes, I was summoned. How can I help?" And you see a human man, these large round glasses that just kind of like hang on the end of his nose. His hair is combed back all the way, kind of like a greaser, but he's got graying on the sides and like throughout the top. His beard is like between a half, probably like 75% gray and then 25% black still. A little shaggy, kind of like goes down to like maybe like the chest a little bit. This mustache that kind of looks like he was trying to go for a tweed look, but then just kind of gave up. He's dressed in these not robes, but he is dressed in kind of like what looks like once was a really nice 3-piece suit without the blazer, but is now kind of like a little worn. But you do see he does have a few rings on his fingers. You see a bracelet on one side. You see he has 2 dangling earrings as well. And then a necklace that looks very intricate looking. Looks like a bunch of like coupled rings with little gemstones floating between the couplings.
Yes, what can I help you with?
And I fly to his leg and just grab onto him. Marcus, it's so good to see you.
I don't know you.
No, but I know you. You're Marcus. I've heard a lot about you.
And I have heard nothing about you.
Oh, that's too bad.
Yes, please.
I'll tell you about me.
Get off my leg for now, please.
Oh, sure. And then I kind of just back up and grab one more hug and then I back off. Sorry, man. I'm just really excited to see you. I've never met somebody like you before.
What do you mean, like a human?
Well, I've met humans before, but like one of your stature, one of your magical prowess. The slime guy here told me all about it. You're one of the best.
I have talked you up, yes.
He said you can give me like a 90% discount.
Jublius, what are we doing here? Why am I here?
Well, we are here because these fine folks are asking for your assistance, and I am going to sell them a rock that you're going to enchant.
Well, the reason why I wanted you here, first of all, your rocks are awesome, and I probably will buy one someday. But I've got this cool thing that I don't know what it is, and I thought you, being the best magical person here and wherever we're at, can tell me what this is. And I show him the acorn.
Kind of picks it up. wipes off the slime.
Yeah, he couldn't figure it out, so.
Puts his glasses back on, and as you see him put them like fully on, you see he rubs his finger across the top rim of them, and you see a little glyph start to in the glasses as he starts to cast a spell, and you see the different glyphs appearing in his hands. These are like radial glyphs, not just individual like spell components. It looks like a like he's doing geometry with magic. And as he's kind of figuring this out a little bit, you see the acorn, little tiny runes are like appearing around it. It looks like they're kind of piercing in almost, like identifying it, scanning it. And he's just kind of doing this for a little bit, just focused in on it before his eyes kind of flash the blue light of arcane. And he's scanning it for probably about like 5 minutes before it finalizes. Pulls the glasses back down. Well, it appears your little rock here is an acorn from the Feywild. Seems like they are from a special tree that grows in the Feywild. When you plant them anywhere else, it will, scarily enough, possibly contain a gateway into the Fey.
Oh.
But also apparently the acorns that are there, when they mature, the acorn will open up before, if they're not planted, will open into a beautiful flower, and that flower will then produce a fruit that will cause effects of unknown nature.
Interesting. Like, is it usually a good thing? Is this common?
It's the Feywild. No one knows what goes on.
I wonder if it'll bring back Mom.
That is too much for me to uncover.
Yeah.
I don't really... I'm glad I met you, yes. But also I don't really care who your mother is.
Oh.
So I don't really want to hear about your mother.
I don't know her, so I don't take offense to that.
Oh, well, there we go.
Yeah.
Did you need my services for enchantment?
So this thing, if I planted it like right here, it'd just be a permanent gateway to the Feywild?
It has the potential for it. Everything from the Feywild is particular. So it's a matter of if it wants to become a gate. Or just stay a plant.
Okay. And do you know of any examples of like what the fruit would have done in the past?
You know, I don't, because that's the first time I'm seeing something like that. The only reason I know all of this is because of a spell told me.
Oh, that's a cool spell. Then, is that spell still active?
I can reactivate it.
Well, I got these cool gloves. I just wondered what they did.
Do you have coin?
Oh, of course I've got
First
coin.
one's free, second one is not.
How much coin are we talking here?
If you want me to identify something, we'll call it 10 gold per identification. Which,
So that's about 40 copper.
no, that'd be 100 copper.
Oh, sorry. I'm just a kid. I'm orphaned. Did I tell you that? I don't know my mom. Dad kind of sent me on this question. Probably try to kill me, but he's not really my dad. So human, like you, I think. Not like you, but anyway. 40's not enough. Here, let me see. How about I give you? Oh, how about I give you 7 gold? Will that be enough? And I can still get a room at the inn and sleep.
Sure, that'll work. Takes your 7 gold. Alright, what do you have for me to identify?
And I show him the gloves.
With the rings
So
on?
I'm trying to do like multiple things. So I'm gonna show him the gloves and the vials of various colors. I'm just show him that in a handful. This right here. This.
Right, so which will want me to identify with the 7 gold.
Yeah.
Which one?
Yes.
Which-
This one.
Which one individually?
Oh. You gonna play me like that? After we've been through so much? How would you, man?
looks at Vodos. I don't believe you've met. Hello. My name is Marcus. I am an enchanter through these parts. And is this your child?
Oh, no, that's not Dad.
No,
That's
definitely
way
not.
cooler than Dad.
I would never make something this irritating. However, I do have to take care of it.
Right. Is he always like this?
Without fail. Tends to get results though, surprisingly.
Right.
Most people hate orphans. You don't look like the type that hates orphans.
I was an orphan myself at one point.
Brother!
I'm not your brother.
Well, I mean, we're brothers and that kind of thing, you know. We don't have the same mom, I don't think. Maybe.
No, I don't believe we have the same
I
parents.
never met Mom. Did you meet your mom?
Yes, I knew my parents. They died in a fire.
Oh, I'm so sorry. I didn't do it.
I didn't assume you did.
Oh, okay, well, just making sure, because some people think I do, and
I don't know you, kid.
I know. So you're saying you'll help a little orphan brother out?
For the 7 gold, where my deal is normally 10 gold for identifying magical artifacts, I will do the job for 7 gold for 1 item.
What if I showed you something that I'm sure you've never seen before?
If I am amazed by this thing, I will throw in an extra identification for free. How about that?
And I say, Greymeyer, Vinfair, come out. And I draw my sword.
Roll a persuasion check.
Alright. 20. Dirty 20.
20. Are we going to be showing off?
Yes.
How much showing off?
This guy has never seen the likes of something like you.
No one has ever seen the likes of something like me.
I know.
Even you have barely seen me and my true potential and power.
Well, this guy doubts you. He thinks you're just a little stick.
He gods, he doubts me.
Come forth.
Unsheath me! You unsheath Greymeyer, the beautiful sword, and as it glints in the sunlight, you see the different rays of sunlight that's beaming through these multicolored cloths reflect off of his beautiful silvered blade as it just creates this beautiful, almost like disco ball of light and colors. Kind of humming a little.
Gaze upon the wondrous Greymeyer.
That is indeed a beautiful sword.
Don't be offensive. He's a person too.
He's a sentient weapon.
He is very polite and very onerous and chivalrous.
Sir Greymeyer, would you mind if I identified you and looked upon your grace? I'll roll a check. You may let him look at me. Do not let him handle me. You will remain holding me.
I cannot let go of him. He requests that I keep hold of him or he will cut you in half, and I don't want him to do that.
But of course. Thank you, Sir Greymeyer. And he kind of looks forward. His glasses kind of rise up again. He's looking over it. This is beautiful craftsmanship.
He made it himself.
The sword made himself.
Yeah, he's kind of genius at sword
Was he a craftsman that crafted his own soul within the blade?
making. I believe so. He said some nonsense like that.
It was not nonsense.
Not nonsense. I mean, some fine tale of that sort.
Right. As he kind of looks it over more. This is indeed a relic of some sort. I don't think I could even craft or enchant something of this magnitude.
He has no equal.
Whoever created this was quite the master indeed. I know maybe one craftsman who would maybe on a once-in-a-lifetime get close to this level. But whoever made the sword at one point was quite the craftsman.
Yeah, he was. And he's a great conversationalist. He's really helpful in battles.
I see.
Mm-hmm. But he's got an ego.
Does he now?
You know, because he's, such a master, I guess.
Indeed he is. Well, that is indeed something I've never seen before. And you did hold up on your end, and I will hold up on mine. So which of these vials do you want me to identify?
Well, I would, what would you be most interested in identifying?
Whatever one you want me to.
Well, let's start with this one. And I didn't write down how many there were. I just said it was vials of various colors.
Okay, gotcha.
Assortment of vials.
So it was an assortment of 4 vials, I believe. And I want to say the colors were orange, red, blue, and I want to say a pink potion.
And being growing up in the school environment, I would have seen a lot of this in a lot of different potions.
There was a botanist and botany class. They didn't touch on very intricate potions. You probably could identify a healing potion if you saw one and probably tasted it, but majority of these look unknown to you.
Would I notice like one is the color of it would be something I hadn't seen before, or
pretty much all of these? The only one that you would be like, maybe it could be a healing potion, is healing potions are primarily red.
red? Yeah. So I'll say the pink one.
The pink one, right. Well, give me a few moments over here. Do you mind if I use your table, Jubilix?
By all means.
Thank you. He goes ahead and puts them on the table and starts to pull his hands over and identifying them. The different runes igniting on the gloves. And you're going to look at the gloves now. And the gloves, they have... They look like they're very like big gardening gloves, like not fitted at all. But you see along the fingers there are runes that are like sewn in, but they're almost kind of glinty a little bit. Like there was like a magical thread or like gemstones embedded into it of some sort. But there's a little glistening, or not glistening, glittering through it. And you see where it wraps around right here because they do kind of go to the center of the forearm. It is like a ring of like stone. Almost looks kind of like a cartoon like caveman handcuffs.
Okay.
Like with like a big like limestone, just a big old like center stone that just kind of couples around that. That one has these deep carved runes into it. But as he starts to identify these. Right, and it looks like he pulls out a notebook and starts writing in it. Okay, and then he moves on to the vial. So I have to identify that from some more time. Is there anything you want to do while he's identifying?
No, I mean, I would kind of just be watching him do it, just kind of interested in the process. Probably looking over his shoulder a little bit too closely, breathing in his ear.
Okay.
And then I'll tell my sword, wow, he was super impressive.
Of course he was.
Yeah. He said that somebody could make you, though. On the best day, like once in a lifetime kind of thing. But,
He would not get close.
yeah, I don't think so, because you'd have to be like you to do that, and you're already dead.
And I am within this
Or,
blade.
yeah, you're not dead.
I am not dead. My soul inhabits this
Your
blade.
body has transcended into perfectness.
My body is destroyed.
Yeah, your body kind of sucked, but your sword, man, that's gonna last forever.
I would once love to visit my grave site once again. One day.
Where was that?
Oh, you may not remember it. It was this country of beautiful origin called Etheria.
Oh, yeah, doesn't ring a bell.
Oh, so long ago.
Yeah. Did you know magic then?
I did. I crafted myself with magic.
Did you know of the spirits?
Oh, spirit metal and all that such, yes.
Why didn't you use spirit metal?
Because this is perfected Far more superior than spirit metal.
But you're kind of a spirit
Yes.
in metal.
Yes.
You don't see that could have been a cool thing.
Mine is crafted more elegantly than any spirit metal could be.
I know a forge master. He can knock out some pretty cool stuff.
Not like me.
True. But I mean, a little spirit metal would have been cool. You mind if I add some spirit metal to you later?
You may not.
Not like welded into, but like wrap it around your hilt or something.
You may not.
What about
If you're willing to use Aether through me, I can channel it perfectly.
can you?
Yes,
Even though you're just regular metal.
of course.
What kind of metal are you?
I am a beautiful blend of beautiful mithril and steel.
And your handle's like platinum?
Yes,
That's expensive.
indeed. I am also coated and bathed. I am coated in silver and bathed within the moonlight for 2 years before I was perfected.
What did you do during that time? Did you have like a family?
Yes.
Did they miss you?
Oh, I was not present for those 2 years.
Oh, okay, good.
The sword, when I was crafting it, was present within the moonlight for 2 years. Never saw sunlight for 2 years.
See, that's what, my dad used to be like, clean the dishes. And I said, no, I'm letting it bathe in the moonlight for 2 years. He didn't get it, dads.
Right.
Yeah. Well, we could have had some pretty awesome dishes.
I don't think that's how it works, but yes.
Okay.
And you see the hilt is or not really the hilt, the handle. Would that be the hilt? Yeah. You do see that there is these large emeralds embedded into on both sides of it, and they're like beautifully cut as well. It's wrapped in what looks like was once probably fine leather, and is now kind of like a little more rough around the edges, binding around it. And then the where the crossguard is also that beautiful platinum look that it kind of coats around, kind of like a saber, creating that cage of like intricate vines and everything all around it. And then the sword is just gorgeous with these large runes on it. The blade itself always shimmering, always glinting, never tarnishing. Seems like every time, even when you cut with it, no blood gets on the blade.
Hey, Mr. Shop Slime Guy.
Yes.
What was your name again?
I am Jublius.
Jublius. That's an awesome name for a guy like you.
Thank you.
Do you get hurt when somebody stabs you or slices you with a knife or something, or sword?
If it's magical, maybe.
Oh, dang it. Okay. Well, he's just wanting a taste of slime.
Oh,
So, mind?
I do very much.
What about a finger? You can just grow it right back.
You can reform it and push slime from somewhere else, yes, but cuts on my slime take a long time to reassimilate to myself when cut by magic.
All right, I'll let him know. He'll be kind of upset, but
Let your
I get
sword
it.
be upset, please. I do not want to be cut.
I wouldn't either. I would never do that unless it was something that you just shrug off.
Good.
What about this guy, Marcus?
I'm concentrating.
Don't worry. We're just talking about cutting one of your fingers off.
You see,
Julius says you'll be fine with it.
I would not be fine with it. I use all 5 of my fingers on either hand.
Oh, toes?
I walk.
You can walk without a toe.
I would not be comfortable.
Well, that's true. Sorry, Sword. He's not worthy.
Looks up at you. Good. It's done.
About time.
This vial, and he picks up the pink vial. Looks at Vodos. This vial is not to be within his hands, I don't believe. And tries to hand it to you. This is known as a love potion or a filter of
I
love.
fly straight to it and grab it.
Okay, this is gonna be a...
I do the same to try and grab
Okay,
it before he does.
I'm gonna say for all 3.
And I'm not gonna grab it. I'm going to grab his arm.
For all three involved in this, Marcus, Bumble, or Marcus, Zephyr, and Vodos, all three of us are going to roll a competing, we'll call this a dexterity check. We're going to roll a d20 at our dexterity modifier, and whoever rolls the highest gets the vial.
Okay. I rolled mine.
Natural 20.
I got a natural 20 as well.
Did you? I got a plus 9.
Okay, I rolled one too.
No
You rolled a natural 20 as well?
I literally rolled it. I'm like, I got my roll. I'm just going to sit here and wait.
I got a 23.
Nice. 29.
Okay, so that means
You have a plus 9 to your dexterity?
Yep.
How do you have a plus 9?
It is, there's reasons. I don't know.
Oh,
I remember discussing this. That's not the right button. I remember discussing this before, and saying that this app doesn't really tell you, but it's one of the feats. They gave me a skill feat or something.
Mm-hmm. Is it your dexterity saving throw?
no,
Is that what we're doing?
Yeah, let's say your
Dexterity?
regular dexterity modifier.
Your dexterity
Oh,
modifier.
I see what you mean. I see.
Yeah.
Sorry, my bad. So
Yeah,
25.
that's why you probably have a plus 4 or
I have a plus 4,
5, so
yeah.
you're 25.
Yeah, it was 25.
25. Okay, 25. What did you roll, Vodos?
22.
22. Zephyr gets it. You don't go for the vial. You're about to reach for the vial. See him just his wings
Evasive
open,
maneuvers.
and you reach out for him instead, and you see him just go around your arm, kind of like rubbing his butt on it a little bit, all while grabbing the vial and just zipping off. Where are you going?
I'm just going like the top corner of the room where nobody can reach me. Like, hear me out. I will use this responsibly. I probably won't even ever use it. I mean, I probably don't need it. But you, Vodos, obviously don't need it. I mean,
As you're looking at it now, you're realizing since it got shaken up, the little bubbles that are like rising up are little heart shapes.
See, I'm just a kid, so I'm my awkward teenage phase is about to hit, and what if I grow tall? Women don't like that. Fairy women don't like that. So if I find the one and she's like, yeah, you're too tall, then this might be a little bit of help. But you, Vodos, you're already tall, and people like that in your area of life. I'll use it responsibly.
Oh, my character just sitting there just being like,
Do you want to know about the gloves?
having that feeling of like full bullshit.
What if I pour it on a sword?
My character said that it'd be better off for you that you held on to it until you actually needed it.
Yeah, I'm not even ready for that. I mean, I haven't even hit
Precisely.
puberty.
So hand it over.
No, because I want it when I'm ready for it. I want to prove that I'm capable. I've been through a lot. You don't know what happened to me in the Feywild. I aged beyond my years. Yeah, I've yet to hit puberty, but I've aged centuries. I was banished from the only world I've known. I've had to give up so much just to get back.
I want to do something really funny. I don't know if I can do it.
Talk me through it.
So as a paladin,
Yes,
I can dispel magic.
you certainly can dispel magic.
Does that affect that potion?
The potion is technically an enchantment on the potion. Dispel magic technically could work on it. The only issue is it would be a competing roll. Because
So I would have to enforce it above.
yes, this would
That's what
be
you're saying.
this would be a rolled for the dispel magic. It's not something you can just instantly dispel.
Gotcha.
But let me find the rules for dispel magic.
Guys, I think the bigger question is, why did that guy have it? You know what I'm saying? He was like it, midlife dude. He's probably using it on that poor boy that we saved.
I'm gonna say because it is a potion, this is gonna be a little different because it's technically not a spell or enchantment because it is a brewed enchantment, I'd say. So the DC is gonna be higher than a normal spell would be because of the dramatic effects of a potion. So if you were wanting to dispel it, I would say we'll call this a DC 18. And this is going to be using your spell modifier to cast it.
Not really worth it then.
Because what's your spell attack mod?
My spell mod is a +7.
+7, so you need to roll an 11 or higher.
Yeah.
So almost a 50-50.
You have my word.
I look sternly at Zephyr. I say, if I see you even attempt to try and give that to anyone,
You know,
I will I'm not gonna stop you from doing it. I'm gonna dispel the effect on them the moment it gets into effect.
as my warden, that would be the responsible thing to do, and I appreciate that. And I would
Alright.
ask you, as you know, I kind of see you as my step warden. I would ask you for permission first, because I want to make sure it's the right girl.
Now, here's the fun thing. No using it on Kai Citra. That's definitely not
Yeah.
allowed.
I can agree to that. I'll agree to that.
I like how you
Okay.
didn't specify party members, you just specified Kaisatra.
Hey, Kaisatra.
I don't care who else you do it to.
Sorry.
In fact, it'd be funny if you do it to what's her name that we met back in the other place. If it actually affects her though. Miss Teleporty Lightning Lady. I can't remember her name right now. She's the one who disappeared, and then we had that moment in the training room, and then she had to reappear to stop Bumble.
Yeah, stepmom.
Oh no, it wasn't Bumble. This was actually before we met Bumble.
The fire lady?
Those other two companions. Yeah, the other two companions we had. Like actually, like
The one that
outside
traveled
outside of the room, real quick.
Cowl?
Where are the other two? Was it Daw or Cowl that did it?
What made the supernova that had to be teleported?
No, pretty much that she
That
had
was
to come
Cowl.
in to stop him, and then
That
she nearly.
that was not all.
Yeah.
Yeah,
That was Cal
that was way too responsible.
creating and compressing energy over and over again, to the point where it was collapsing in on itself and could create a black hole.
Okay.
Yeah, and that was
But that was what's her name?
That
That's
was-
the one I'm talking about. Like I'm making the joke towards Zephyr, but if you do it to her, I'm gonna laugh.
so that was Mally, who is
Mally.
yes.
Mally.
yes,
Okay.
and she is a fire aether user, not lightning.
And she's the one that Dad's all sweet on.
I remember the fact that her name is Mally, and I referenced that to Zephyr. Like, if you do it to Mally, I'm gonna laugh.
Maybe I could do that and make her fall in love with my dad, and then I could finally have a mom.
We did joke about that. I remember hearing you talk about that before. So.
But until I'm more responsible and grown a little bit, I'll keep it safe.
Okay.
These other potions I might just give to random people, but I don't know what they do.
Yeah. Let's proceed with discovering what these other ones are doing.
Do you have the proper coin? Because you're so entertaining, and I think having that filter of love will cause immense chaos. Nobody here present in this building shall be used under the effects of that potion, please.
Nobody here. I Scout's honor.
Are you a scout?
No, but the purple squirrel that I met, he looked like a scout, and me and him had like a really bonding experience. And I feel like I'm like stepbrothered into it.
Step brother. Sure.
Yeah.
Sure. Well. That was too clever, Avery. That was too clever.
He's a woodland chipmunk. Actually, purple.
That's too clever. Right. Well, if you are abiding by that honor, then yes, I'll accept that honor. I'll give you a discount. Instead of 30, I'll do it for 20.
That's the same deal he just gave you, but just 2 for 1 instead of 1 for 1.
Because originally it was 10 gold per, and there's 3 more vials left of those 4.
How about 10, and you only need to identify the orange and the blue one?
No. How about 20, and I identify the orange and the blue one?
And the red one.
How about 30 then?
But you just said 20, did you? All of them.
20 for 2.
For 2?
30.
That's the same price as they're $10 a piece. 10 gold a piece.
Mm-hmm.
But you said since it was going to bring you much joy because of the chaos.
For 3, I would do it for 20.
For the 3. And did you tell me what the gloves did?
No, I haven't yet.
Oh. Let's figure out what those did first, and then... Because maybe those, like, conjure coins. I don't know.
These are gloves of ray snatching. So much like a ray snaring. Much like a gloves of missile snaring, which allow you to capture things that fly at you. These capture spells that fly at you, and if potentially you catch it well enough, the spell can be reversed.
Ooh. Very cool. That was worth it right there. Okay, I'll give you the 20 gold and you for the other 3 then. Maybe I'll sleep outside tonight for the week.
Good. Welcome to the Tempest. Gold, please, and the vials. Thank you, thank you, thank you. And another bit of time passes while you're looking at this vial. You see what looks like maybe a floating eyelash in there. Like, I wonder what that's.
It's kind of gross.
But he's continuing to identify them. So it was a red.
There's an orange, red, and blue.
Gotcha. Perfect. So finishes with those ones. This orange one is a temporary potion, much like every other potion here. This is a potion of Hill Giant Strength. It is a temporary potion that lasts for 2 hours. It allows you to have the strength of a Hill Giant. Effectively, 21. You get a 21 strength increase for 2 hours.
I could use that.
I could use that.
Yeah.
That's useful for me.
Make sure you're writing these down.
Yeah, got it.
Then the blue one. This one is a potion of, arcane cultivation. If you're running a little low, drink this. Your arcane powers will return. This effectively.
That's good for your brother.
Yeah.
This will give you a free spell slot of first, second, or third. Your choice.
Is it one that you have to use if you... Anyway, I got it.
You drink it.
I was thinking of something else, but yeah.
You drink it, and then you get either a first, a second, or a
So
third.
it lasts for the whole day, though. Like you don't use it right away. You can just
Yes.
make it. Okay.
Yeah, until you take a long rest, and then that free spell slot fizzles away. Usually made for when you're running low. Or you're ready to fight a lot of things. And then the other one is a potion of reverse healing.
Reverse healing?
Yes, this is a greater potion of reverse healing. Manage to slip this into somebody's drink, it is like a poison, but where most potions and poisons affect things differently, where a potion heals you and you feel rejuvenated, this one will take away someone's vitality without them feeling sickly.
Will they notice?
Potentially. But unlike a poison where there will be visible discomfort, this one reduces their vitality temporarily. So basically, whatever you reduce it with, their health total reduces by that much until a long rest.
Okay.
Or until a greater restoration.
And what is it, like a D?
This is a greater potion equivalent.
Okay.
So I think that's 4d4 plus 4.
Cool.
Instead of 2d4 plus 2, I think is a regular healing potion.
You've been very helpful, Mr. Marcus.
Of course, that's what I'm here for.
Sorry for any inconvenience.
This was quite an experience. It was a little inconvenient at first, I will say, but it regularly and readily became very entertaining.
Well, my blade is disappointed he couldn't taste you, but that is a compliment.
Good.
And if you ever feel the need...
I will not be stabbed by or sliced or anything by your blade.
Branded?
Anything.
Okay, well, I'm just putting it out there. Sorry, but not today.
I would not want to brand him. What are you talking about?
He's glad that you chose not to brand because he'd rather just cut. He doesn't like branding.
I would not want to cut this man. He has been nothing but complimentary.
Yeah, he said one of your ears would do, though.
I said no such thing.
But I told him no.
You hear it?
But he thought you were very kind. Just want to say that.
Thank you, Sir Sword. I appreciate it.
And your friend's full of it. He thinks he can make a sword like him. Ever.
Oh, I don't think he thinks that. I think on his brightest day, he is quite a skilled craftsman. On his brightest day, and with enough planning, maybe he would create a sword that would be a tiny bit close to the magnificence of this sword. I don't believe he would ever create the sword or exceed it.
That's exactly what he said. More or less.
Good.
Alright, where's the cheapest inn around here? I'm broke.
Well, cheapest inn, and he looks at Vodos. Cheapest inn?
Reliably cheap and
Reliably cheap inn. Do you want to be mugged, or do you want to wake up with your coin purse in the morning?
both.
You want to be mugged and wake up with your coin purse in the morning.
Yes.
Knowing your strengths and having to wrangle this child here, I can think of no other place that would house a den of thieves and rabble-rousers than around here. So, this place is extremely confusing. Here, and he goes ahead and picks out of his pocket, and you see a little clockwork pigeon, but it's like really small, with a little key on it. You see, he kind of whispers at it, and holds it, and then the wings kind of like... This pigeon will lead the way. When it's at its destination, it will fly back to me. Do not try to steal it.
I would never.
It will
intend to steal.
detonate.
You're one of the kindest people I've ever met.
Good. Fly now. Lead them away. Ta-ta.
I fly towards it.
So, you guys end up flying around the corner.
I do have to take a
Um,
break real quick.
Oh, yeah,
Yep.
I turned to, continue following it.
Yep. So, you continue following it for a little bit of time. And it's a silly little guy.
I'll try to catch him on his way out.
Cool. Also, the potions that you got, what do those do? And the gloves.
So there's 4 potions that we got from those bandits or those mercenaries that we killed. The orange one was the Hill Giant Strength. So 2 hours of Hill Giant Strength. The red one was Reverse Healing. It was a reverse greater healing potion. So instead of healing it, it reduces vitality, but doesn't make them like sick or anything like that. So it just reduced their maximum vitality for that day until a long rest. The blue one was Arcane Cultivation.
You know what that
And
is?
yeah, we know what that is. And then the pink one is a love potion.
Oh, cute.
And so
I need to give that to Dad.
Marcus tried to, yeah, that's what I was saying.
The who?
To our dad.
Mm.
To fall in love with Molly.
Marcus was.
That's exactly what he said.
We all agreed that would be the best use for it. So, but they tried to take it away from me, and then we contested rolls to see who would grab it first, and we all rolled a 20,
All natural 20.
all natural 20s, and then I had the highest stack, so I ended up getting it. So.
Nice. Yeah, I'll try to stop him on his way out.
Yes.
Hey, I got this artifact. I don't know what it does. I've been trying to open it for a while. I got pretty close. Got like step 4 done.
Right.
Yeah, can you look at it?
This is a ball of metal.
Can you enchant it or whatever?
What do you think I do?
You told him what his nut does. Can you tell me what my nuts do?
Sure.
Thank you.
I thought you were not even in puberty yet. As he kind of like
Still
looks
have
at this
nuts.
more and is now like starting to scan it a bit, just kind of adding a bit more. Oh, by the way, do you have 10 gold?
Maybe somewhere around here.
Could you give it to me?
Yeah, I'll look for it.
Can you give him the friendly discount? You saw a really cool sword. We are trying to save the world too. I didn't tell you that.
We are. Oh, right.
By the way, Marcus is also an orphan.
Cute.
He's like our brother. We have different moms though. His mom burned out in the fire.
10 gold?
Yeah.
Good. Takes the 10 gold. And we'll have this identified in a bit.
Sweet.
Starts identifying it. Good couple of minutes pass before he just goes, where did you get this?
I found it on an island.
On an island. Huh. Weird. What island did you find this on?
It was in between here and the other mainland.
Now, I don't know if this is Eli being confused.
I'm confused yet. It's been a while.
This you got from the old man where he got the sword.
Oh, yeah.
It was one of the relics that he found when he was an adventurer.
Yeah, I got this from the other mainland.
Right. I can't identify this.
Oh.
The spell Identify normally works for magical implements or even non-magical implements, but there is an enchantment into this that is perplexing me.
Yeah, I've been dealing with it too. I can identify magical items too. I just thought maybe you had a special.
Do you mind if we go back to my shop?
That sounds cool, yeah.
Good. Follow the pigeon. I'll send him your way once we're done.
All right.
See you. Have fun with the pigeon.
Anything cool at the shop? Let me know.
I will let you know.
Follow me. And to describe this place for you, this place is this is the Tempest Promenade. It once was a humble mining town that was basically digging into what looked like a giant like sinkhole pit that had a lot of rare minerals in it. And slowly they started to stabilize it and dig deeper and deeper and deeper.
Are we in the city right now?
You are in the city. So this is a multi-tiered kind of city that... have you seen Made in Abyss?
No.
Okay. So basically it's just like a giant pit that people have progressively dug down and created like different elevators that kind of go throughout. But they've created a town around that pit. And as it's risen out and into flat land, it progresses outwards further. So this place is set up very much like a bazaar. Very close aisles. There are, I say aisles, but more just like roads throughout all of these ramshackle put together shops with a wide assortment of different walks of life. Some are extremely rich merchants. Others are just kind of look like they are miners in there, so they're really like dirty. Then there is people that look like they are little schemers. There's so many walks of life, but throughout all of these, there is like shade covering of like different colored cloths. So it's different rays of light are kind of coming through multicolors. So it's a big variety of different people and colors.
Does it look like it was dug out or bombed?
Explosion. From where before, go ahead and make a intelligence or history or investigation. At a glance, this is gonna be a high DC.
I got 19 on the die.
Okay, that's good.
And they both have the same bonus. Doesn't matter which one I choose.
Yes, it does.
Okay, I'll do investigation. So 24.
24. There is signs of blast throughout it. You're not sure if it's exactly was like an enormous blast that hit here, or this was natural or done by the mortals here.
Mm-hmm.
But you'd be hard pressed to find something that could make something that big that was done by mortal hands or magic. Potentially something larger did it.
Did you guys use explosions to mine this place out?
I've only been in this city for about 15 years, so I don't really know how it started. But
so it was a while ago.
Yes, this city has been here for a while. But there was a hole, people flocked to the hole, there was natural resources within the hole, people dug into it, found more natural resources, and the town was started.
Good way to start a town.
Yes. This place is disgusting, dirty, sandy, but it is home. Welcome, and brings you in front of this little shop, and most of the other ones are very open air, just kind of you walk in, it's a stall, and they have like a door that closes over it. Mm-hmm. And a lot of this place is very honor system based. It's kind of like a you raise people like with a village kind of situation. So if somebody does something bad, the whole village notices and the whole village will punish. So it's like everybody has each other's backs kind of a thing. So they're pretty much are never thieves in this area. But this guy has a shop that looks like he built, either by hand or he hired someone. You don't know. But the building itself is a lot nicer. It doesn't look like it's scrap wood or anything. This thing looks like it was purposeful in its structure. But it is a little dirty still. And you do see that there is somebody out, like just kind of laid out underneath the shade of one of his awnings. They just have like a large bottle of something. And it's like a green tinted bottle with some dark liquid inside of it. And his back is just to it, and he's just like, "Evening, Marcus, evening. I told you. Stop drinking in front. Go to the back if you're gonna drink." Kind of kicks his boot. "Come in." And you see his hand waves over the door handle, and you hear it as he unlocks the door and walks in. Claps his hands, and you see little ignitions into the lanterns. And he walks you into the pretty humble-looking magic shop. This doesn't look like much of like a shop of he's making things and then selling them. More like he is being hired to make things and then sell them. So he has the front storefront is pretty small. You do see that there's like little knickknacks here and there. There's like order forms on there, different things that like catalogs of like a book of catalogs of things that he's enchanted, and possibly could re-enchant and make something new for or something similar. But then you see in the back there's just tables with all kinds of different implements on there. There's like all these different machines that look like they kind of hum with arcane energy that kind of helps him enchant. You see that there's an anvil in the side that has like large runes and crystals embedded into them with a hammer looking very much the same. Long tables all throughout here that have just randomly cut gemstones on them, different types of weapons. Some of them look like armor, some of them look like shields, some of them look like just rings. Like he's making all of these different orders, and this is his workshop to do so. Now, let me see this, please. Let me see it again. Thank you. And he kind of walks to the back a little bit, and there's no curtains or anything, so you can see everything happening here. And he walks over to one of like these machines, and you see he goes ahead and puts the orb into it, and it's holding like a stasis before he starts flipping some levers, and you see little plates kind of like flip as he's calibrating this machine.
I'll let him know the things I've done in the past that have worked.
Right, okay. And you keep explaining like the different maneuvers and different puzzles that you're kind of going with it. And he is, as he's affecting these different like runic plates on them, and they're kind of changing the enchantment and calibrating the machine, you do see some of the rings kind of, and some of them kind of turn a little bit within this stasis. And it looks like he's adjusting all of this, and it starts to charge it with energy. And you see he has these like really round, large brimmed glasses that he pulls up even higher, and you see he taps the sides of them and they turn black as all of this sparking is now happening in front of his face, and he's kind of intently watching it.
Don't cast any real magic on it though; it'll blow up.
I will try not to. And you see he goes ahead and holds at his hand, and this guy deals in radial glyphs, like these geometric marvels of like mathematics, as he's kind of piecing together these spells together and making a beautiful radial glyph out of it. You see his eyes on the sides of the glasses glow bright blue, but he starts to cast onto it before he just kind of takes a side step back before just peering a little closer in. And you hear the machine start to rattle. You see a spark of blue arcane energy just launch off from the center of the sphere, hit the ceiling, and just arc across it, leaving behind a burn mark. And you see another one go ahead and try to hit him before he just shields it away and just is intent on trying to find out what this is.
I'll have Aether Eyes on to see what's going on.
Perfect. You turn on your Aether Eyes. You see the same arcane energy that's sparking off visibly, but you do see that there is inherently a glow of green energy that's very faint but starting to build within this thing. What are you doing? Are you doing anything? Just watching?
I'll let him know what I'm seeing.
Okay. I don't know how you're seeing this, but sure. And he's continuing to cast into this. The machine is now violently rattling. And you see the bolts that are holding it down and the welds that are holding it down are starting to like crack and break. You see one of the bolts just fly up into the ceiling, leaving a hole. And he's continuing onto this. The different rune plates are flipping, and it's an apparatus that is spinning as well. So it's creating this big wind of these gusts of wind all throughout here. Your little tossels of hair and your feathers, or your smoke-like wings start to like almost feel like they're going to come undone for a few seconds. But you are intently focusing in on this before it stabilizes, and you hear the sparking of green and blue on this sphere. But it's stable. Okay.
Round one.
Okay. Woo. And he starts to cast into this again. And a few minutes pass. Okay, I seem to have broken the barrier that was preventing me from analyzing it further. I'm not sure it liked that, though. But this sphere is interesting. Despite the enchantment being gone, the only thing I can ascertain is it is a special containment core. It is a prison of sorts.
Okay.
I don't know what's inside of it. I just know whoever made this thing made it to be very difficult to undo.
We can try it again, and I can help this time.
Do we want to undo whatever's in here?
Well, we don't know until we find out.
Roll a persuasion check.
Persuasion, that is a dirty 20.
Dirty 20. Alright. Alright.
One more time. I'll see if my patron can help.
Let's do this again. And as it's starting to go, he's like, oh, let me just... And he casts Mending and kind of reseals it again. Let's do this. Turn black again, and he starts to go with it. What are you trying to do?
So I'll let him focus on the arcane, and I'll just put all of my focus on Aether. But
Okay.
I told him it's my patron that's letting me use
Okay.
his power.
Perfect. Yeah, let's roll for both. Uh-oh.
Okay. That's 70 control,
Okay.
and then 19 on the die.
Ooh.
Yeah.
Okay. And what are you trying to do?
Trying to ascertain, try to find, with Aether Eyes, I'm trying to just see where I can find openings and enhancing my investigativeness and stuff like that. Things I've been doing usually.
Okay. Just trying to analyze things better.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. He has no Aether affinity at all.
Okay.
Nothing. No no like identifying marks. No energy flowing from him. He's just a magic man. But you are starting to see, with your heightened senses, this guy is probably more powerful than this area thinks he is. And is doing more of a humble type of living. Not sure what that might mean or what his power would be equivalent to yours. But he is probably, I would say you would know inherently, magic user, he is somebody stronger than you.
Okay.
So, with that sense, give me 1 second here. I was like, why did my dad text me? He's sending me a scope to buy on Amazon. I'm gonna go hunting with my grandpa. So he wants to buy him a scope for it. Hey! She just wants to go in. Alright. Perfect. Okay, thank you, Spencer. What was that sound?
That was our little vacuum thing.
Oh, that was the
Gigi
vacuum.
hit it on the way out.
Oh, I thought it was Spencer. And I was like, what is that sound?
Oh, it wasn't me.
Okay. Sorry, it was the Roomba.
Spencer's charging.
Oh, it said charging, thank you? All I heard was,
And it says charging started.
Charging started.
Hi-hooey. But yeah, you're channeling into this thing, and it is kind of coming undone a little bit. And you're seeing the rings around this are spinning even more. And it looks like it's starting to kind of solve itself a little bit. Before he goes, the hammer! Give me the hammer!
Okay.
Grabs the hammer. Okay. Holds it in front of him, and he starts muttering some chants. And as his hand's passing over it, you see the runes on it, and the crystals glow bright. Where he goes, alright, hopefully this is not going to be a bad idea. Alright. He holds the hammer up, and the stasis, all the rings stop to where the sphere is in stasis, and it's fighting against the stasis before he grabs the hammer. He goes, nothing. And swings onto it, and right as it hits it, you see a charge of arcane energy. Let's go ahead and roll for this. And, we'll use this dice. We'll see what happens. Okay. Slams into it, and you see the sparks immediately shoot off. Go ahead and make a dexterity saving throw.
Yeah. It's going to be a 17.
17. Okay, you save from it. So you don't take the negative effects, but you will take the damage. Where is that dice? There we go. 14 points of, we'll call it lightning damage. As you get struck by one of these bolts, barely avoiding the full brunt of it. Unknown as to what would happen if you really got hit by it. But as he hits that, you hear a loud ping sound. As you see the sphere is now starting to unravel itself even faster. Like a Rubik's Cube master, this thing is flowing faster than you can perceive. Before it stops, and you see a line of probably about like 12 different lights of runes all lined up. You've never seen this sphere look so perfectly shaped, like stacked pieces to make a sphere. Before, it's just a bunch of bands over each other and all kinds of lines. This is perfect horizontal lines all throughout the entire thing with glyphs running down. By all means.
By all means.
It's your sphere, isn't it?
Can you identify it now?
I fear for what happens, but sure.
Can't be more dangerous than opening it up.
Valid point.
Totally worth it, 10 gold.
And he continues to analyze it on it. Good thing you're not there to remind him.
I know.
Analyze it again, and what is with these rolls? Guy looks into it even further. Before he kind of like lowers the glasses onto the brim of his nose again. Well, I could say for one thing, it is definitely a containment unit for something powerful. Something I don't know what it is.
What spell did you cast?
I've casted Legend, Lore, and Identify onto it multiple times.
Okay.
And from what I can tell, this thing was made to imprison something that is not of our world, primarily, and it is something that is beyond my understanding, and it's something that I don't know what it is, if I'm being completely honest. The sphere itself, though, was crafted a very long time ago. Where did you say you found it?
When?
Where?
Across the mainland on the port city.
Do you just found it in a shop, or
An old adventurer gave it to me.
an old adventurer?
Yeah.
Did he say where he found it?
Yeah, some labyrinth.
Some labyrinth.
He said he held on to it for many years and never figured it out.
That would make sense for this thing. This thing was definitely created by some high mage some time ago.
Well, there's also some divinity on it as well. That's why I'm able to help.
Divinity?
Yes.
I've sensed no such thing on it. Where did you say your patron was from?
He's one of the old nature ones, Malar.
Malar, yes. Primal savagery of nature. Yes, I'm familiar. Right. Well, not much of a divine myself, so... Just be warned, this thing could be dangerous. Just in case something may happen. Please step next to the sphere. I will back away. And he kind of takes a few steps back. Please don't try to break out or try to do anything, please. Are you okay with me protecting everything?
Yeah, of course.
Good. Snaps his fingers and you see energy form around you and this machine. You see the table that it's on kind of gets cut where the barrier just immediately evaporates, and you see the table is like just like it wasn't there, like hot knife through butter, but you are now enclosed into this this red arcane energy.
Cool. I'll try to do it.
Okay.
What am I doing?
I don't know. It is the sphere is in stasis.
I saw my vision up. Do I see anything that I could do?
You see a sense of... The only things you see are those lights, those 12 lights that are descending down, and you see a like a hum and a energy that's just kind of...
I'll just try to touch the light. And slide down.
And you hear it. And it starts to open up.
It's a swipe open phone.
It is a swipe open phone. If I showed that to somebody, or did the sphere to somebody probably like 20 years ago, they would have never gone that far.
Be like, where's the passcode?
Alright.
So I click asterisk now, right?
Basically. Alright. Let me find the thing I was trying to find. Alright. Trying to find the right one. Alright. You end up seeing the sphere opens up, and it kind of like a trap. It opens up, and you see within it are 2 motes of energy, or 3 actually, motes of energy that are just inside of it. One of them is a very just like lime green, just like a really relaxing looking color green. The other one is a similar but like a very dark, almost like emerald green. And then there's the other one, and that one is kind of like a yellowish color, almost like parchment. So which one do you go for?
Well, with the direction he's going, I think it'd be more of the dark green.
Dark green? Okay. As you reach your hand in for the dark green, your hand you feel an energy, but it's like a semi-solid energy. Like your fingers kind of pass through it a little bit, but you find a core to grab.
Okay.
So you grab it and it breaks free. And in your hand, you're holding this green energy, and it bursts forward, and you see your Aether eyes are still up, right?
Yep.
You see an energy burst out from it, almost like hatching from an egg or like a Pokeball. A green Chinese-looking dragon just arcs out from it and kind of does a loop before just bearing down onto you, just looking down on you. You see the large, like whisker-like beard just kind of wafting off, large goatee, the fierce eyes staring back at you, these large scales that just crest the back, almost kind of like Godzilla, like with the large spikes that progressively go down the back. Just floating up into the air, the claws kind of receding back a little bit expectedly, and just stares directly at you. This is an Aether spirit.
Ooh.
Who has summoned me?
Bumbo. Who have I summoned?
You have summoned the great dragon spirit.
Ushu.
No.
Dishonor on you.
Basically.
It's Rayquaza.
Yes, it is Rayquaza. How'd you know? Alright.
I have taken the name of my master who gave me it. I am known as Needle.
Needle. Like need?
I am the great dragon spirit Needle. What age am I summoned?
You're in the age of lots of wars. That's what's going on.
I was sealed away during an age of warring.
Well, the gods aren't warring, if that's what you're thinking about. The gods are kind of not in the picture at all right now, to be honest.
So time has passed then?
Yeah, quite a bit of time.
Right. Why have you summoned me?
Well, to be honest, a lot of people have been trying to figure out your puzzle, and me and my buddy here just figured it out.
Puzzle?
Yeah, you've been trapped in this like ball thing with a lot of,
turns around and looks at it.
with 2 others too.
A great sealing spell on us.
Yes.
I see. Huh.
Took a long time to figure it out, but we got it.
And warrior, what nation do you serve?
I don't really serve anybody. I was born in the Feywild. Kind of looking for my mom right now. That's my goal.
What nations are in power?
Right now, Etheria, which you might know them as.
and you just see this sneer just grow on his face.
They're doing a lot of evil things with spirits and turning them into weapons. And
Into
machinery.
weapons?
Yes, it's really disgusting. So right now, I'm trying to grow in my journey, my spirit journey, to fight against it.
Fight against what?
Anybody that uses Aether like Etheria does.
You wish to fight the spirits.
I wish to fight the people that are using the spirits evilly. Because they're not just using spirits, they're turning spirits into monsters against their will. And I don't like that.
I am a spirit of restoration. But in doing so, I am also a spirit of destruction.
That's the same way how my magic works.
How old are you, son?
I'm 12 and a half, older than my brother.
12 and a half. And you already have such an undertaking under you?
Well, when you grow up in this journey area, it's you kind of have to grow up fast.
I see you do not wield a shield.
No, I'm a mage.
I see.
I summon warriors that have shields, though.
I understand. My master, before he died, bequeathed me with his shield and his notes. By opening me and freeing me from this prison, I believe rightfully these will be yours.
And he looks at the other spheres.
Take of the parchment.
You reach in, grab the yellowish one,
Okay.
and that one dispels, and you see a scroll in your hands.
Okay.
That will describe the age in which we came from, and your mission with his weapon.
The shield.
Yes.
I don't know how to use a shield.
Do you know someone that does?
Kind of. Is it a big shield?
You,
I mean, am I able to hear all this while I'm standing nearby, or is this like a thing that's happening in his mind?
did you go to the inn, or did you go to did you
They
go?
left without me.
Yeah, did you go with Zephyr, or did you go with Bumble?
I was assuming I was going to go with Bumble, because if we were going to a weapons shop, I was interested in enchanting things.
Alright, then you're there too.
Okay. So
you-
you would see me in the back far corner of the room if you peered around the room.
he
but
was
right now it's
talking to
focused probably on
himself.
Bumble.
He was talking to himself for a while, so you would assume to use Aether Eyes. But you see an enormously large green reptilian spirit, and he now holds a parchment in his hands, and mention of a shield.
Okay.
The shield?
I mean, I'm sitting here in the corner. I
Mhm.
haven't said anything yet. I'm waiting for him, Bumble, because he's the owner of this item. I will not step in his way.
The shield is larger than you are, yes.
Will you be leaving once I take it?
That is remain to be seen.
Okay. I do have a buddy that would make good use of that shield, but I'm kind of I don't know the word right now.
Hesitant?
No, I'm intrigued is a better word.
I see. Intrigued by what?
Everything that you are is what I strive to be.
I am a relic from an age-long past. I do not belong here. I should have died with my master.
But just like you do, you were restored.
Poetic.
Must be for a purpose.
Roll a persuasion check.
I'm gonna keep using this. It's 26.
Who is your friend with the shield?
He's the guy that's been staring at us in the corner.
I didn't see him. He was too quiet and
He's
not
really creepy.
moving. Warrior,
Yes.
come forth.
I walk towards the guy, the lizard.
You get the sense this creature is far stronger than Berzante.
Okay.
Not Adova levels from Kaisatra, but is pretty powerful.
Do you wish to take upon this shield?
You might want to read the parchment first.
What parchment?
And you look at Bumble's hand, and he's holding a scroll with a wax seal on it.
I look over at the parchment, I look back at the lizard. So I then look, I can confirm with the lizard, I say, what, am I able to infuse it with what I already have, or do I need to change entirely?
What meaning do you hold of this?
I present my shield as in its current form, and I said, this shield's been through me since the beginning of time. I've had it for well over 100 years, and it's been recently modified to assist me with using newer powers I didn't know I possessed. Would your shield be able to combine with it in some form?
You are a
To then grant me
sage.
a greater power?
You are both sages, I see.
Yeah.
That's not necessarily correct. We don't know what we are yet. We're trying to learn what we can become.
You wield this special power. You are deemed a sage. At least in my age you would be. To see my presence and not immediately tremble in fear, like him,
And you see the guy in the corner is just like, I have no idea what's happening, but there's too much pressure around here. And you see he's just sweating profusely. Like the amount of pressure that he cannot see or perceive, but he can feel, is immense.
One thought. Am I able to grant temporary sight in order for him to understand what it is that's causing him to feel the way he does?
That is a possibility.
I point over at the lizard. One moment. I go over and I attempt to relieve him of that
Okay.
pressure as
I'm
much as
gonna need
possible.
you to roll for both.
Okay.
I'm gonna let you know if you roll high power and low control, there's a chance you could fry this man's brain.
Okay. So I need to roll a D100, right?
D100 and a D20. D100 is your control, D20 is your power.
93.
Okay,
And
that's very good control.
Power is a 17. I have
Those
full
are-
control and power over this entirety.
You can let him perceive or how much you want from this experience.
I get the old man's attention. And I said, this isn't something to be afraid of, but I want to make sure you know why you are feeling what you do. And I
Okay,
put my palm down on him, on the top back of his head.
and his head just vanishes. No, his eyes.
Turns into a slime.
You guys see the green energy apparate from his eyes, just kind of flowing off of it almost, before he goes, "Oh, what is that?" Ooh.
That is who we are conversing with.
Okay. That's new.
So keep your composure in the meantime while we finish our conversation with this man.
Of course. And he looks at you. Oh, you have the flow thing as well. The green.
Yeah, it's the divinity.
I don't think that's divinity. And he looks at Vodos and he's like, you have it as well. Okay. And he looks at himself. I don't have it. Okay, that's new. That creature definitely has it. Yeah. He goes, that creature definitely has it. And just falls flat. And you could probably tell this is probably too much energy for him. Even with your immense control of it, he has no course of a standard of energy running through him. So any jolt of energy through him, probably too much.
It's probably for the best right now.
Gotcha.
But as your hand releases from him as he falls, his eyes, the energy flows away. As he cannot circulate his own energy.
Okay. Well, I tried. I go back to the lizard. I don't really know what else to really ask of him other than if I take this shield upon me, does your presence continue? Do I bring you with us, or do you decide to do other things?
I will decide my own fate. I am not bound by my master any longer. I am in an age unfamiliar to me. I am not sure what to do.
You said you were once bound to this object, this shield that you're going to hand to me, or was it what became of it turned into your prison?
My prison was this sphere. Now that the prison has been broken, I remained with the relic I protected. I do not know when or how, but one day I was sealed. And the next moment I am opening my gaze upon you all, as if no time had passed.
Since you are in an unfamiliar age, would you indulge me in making a contract?
With you?
Yes.
What are your morals and standings on your sagehood?
Just interrupted me. It's crazy. I was like doing that already.
Let me bring up my actual thing, because I actually do have it properly written.
He's testing everyone.
So is this like am I trying to, does he want me to reveal who, like, my personality, essentially, to
Your
him?
stance on what you perceive with your sagehood, which you now
Okay.
understand, being a sage is being a wielder of aether. What is your stance on it?
That this power can easily consume. You can consume anyone, rather. And using too much of it in the wrong way can easily destroy the world.
You perceive it as a dangerous balance of power.
Correct.
Your morals and ideals do not align with mine. I will not form a contract with you. However, I am no longer bound by this shield. This relic was passed down to me by my master's last wishes and dying breath, to protect it and guard it from our pursuers. Seeing as how they are once gone, I believe my mission is complete. By the way, the insignia. Are you a denizen of
Yes.
Almoreth?
Unfortunately, that nation is no longer as of 100 years ago.
It would be actually 200 years ago.
Look, yes.
Yes.
That is good. That is very good. The nation of Almoreth was one of the last great nations of kings. Its fall brought along a new age.
I was there when it fell.
I am sorry. But you may recognize this then.
And you see he points his snout over towards the last glowing energy mote within the opened sphere.
Right. I peer into it to see what this is.
You just see a sphere of energy of like a calming lime green.
I go and try and touch it.
You touch it, and it's like an energy, but it kind of has a little solid mass to it as well.
I probably should roll just a history check here to remember what this could be.
The sphere itself, you have no idea. You have no idea what this energy is.
Oh, okay. Okay. I ask him, what else? What is this?
Bring it forth into existence.
I attempt to channel Aether into it.
You channel Aether into it, and it reacts.
I try to channel as much Aether as I possibly can.
It absorbs it. You feel extremely tired now. You look back at the dragon, and you can still sense it, but the finer details of it are fading.
I try to pull Aether from it instead.
You try to pull from it, and it surges into you. You feel your vision come back a little bit more.
I try to absorb all the possible energy I can get out of it.
That's very dangerous. Okay.
I think I can handle it.
Perfect. Go ahead and roll me a control check. Just control.
So just 100.
Yep,
right?
just the 100.
71.
71. Perfect. You start to absorb a lot of energy to the point where you guys, or you actually would only see that, green veins start to, those striations becoming deeper and darker and longer as the energy is flowing into him even further. This is dangerous game for him. Because of the immense amount of pain that you're going through, we're gonna take some damage. Just some. Just some.
Me and Yadal are just like,
Just some.
you guys gonna kill himself.
Yeah, just some. Where's the dice at?
He has a lot of health, though, he's fine.
You have more rest of that.
Oh, right. Good thing I rolled pretty low.
Yeah. You guys haven't healed.
You take 49 points of Aether damage as you get an immediate rush of energy flowing through you. Your hand immediately breaking off from it. You don't know if it's you actually broke off from it because of it was too much for you to handle, or your brain literally told you, let go of this now, or else we will die.
Okay.
Not what I had in mind, but that works too.
I look back over at the lizard now that my vision slightly has returned.
You
I
see
ask him-
extremely
I ask him
fine
again.
details, contouring, everything. You see each
Yeah.
individual scale. It's crazy.
I look over one more time and I said, I didn't realize there was this much power.
Of an ancient age.
I look at him again and because I'm half delirious at this point. And I said, is this what it feels like to want more? My mind's like delirious and thinking that I want more because the Aether's just kind of fucked me up so badly right now.
That would be power. that you so eagerly just admitted to me that can be corrupting. Are you corruptible, dear knight?
Power only corrupts when it's not used correctly. And I put my hand back on it and try and suck more out.
Okay.
It's not used correctly.
It's not used correctly. Okay, roll another control, please.
74.
Okay. There's the dice. Let's roll again. All right.
87.
What?
Oh, you said roll again.
Oh, I was rolling.
Oh.
I was saying, let's roll again for
my
me.
bad, my bad. Okay.
This is much higher numbers. Oh my god.
So you guys didn't heal from the last battle? Yeah?
No.
Because you
Well,
That
No,
I
you guys
your
healed
body.
because you
would've
would have made
presented
it twice.
That's right.
Yeah, yeah.
Oh,
we did
okay.
long rest. I forgot we skipped. So he's good.
65 points of aether damage.
65 points of aether damage.
She.
I'm bloodied, but not down.
You see he is now bleeding from the eyes.
I mean, I can't really do much about it. I'm just like, you're doing this to yourself, man. Just pick up the dang shield.
Oh, I thought I already picked up the shield.
No,
You've just been poking it.
your hand is on the sphere inside, channeling aether from it.
I touched the sphere and it simultaneously.
So
The sphere is the shield.
the sphere is the
when
shield.
you touch it, you're holding a shield now.
Oh, I thought
So,
it already like it turned into a
It's
shield.
basically a mode of energy that kind of is like a Pokeball.
Okay, I touched the sphere one last time, but do not try and do anything. I just try and hold it.
You just
Like
hold
as
it.
if I'm trying to like hold it and then try and shape it into shape, essentially.
Yeah, you hold it, and it's stationary holding. And you're looking at your arms now, and you see where the striations are. They are starting to bleed now.
I try and take the sphere and put it towards my own shield.
You take the sphere, and as you hold it outwards and take it out of the containment, you see it grow in energy, and you see it start to form this enormously intricate shield. The shield itself is it is shaped like along the arm to be kind of like a what would you call that? Like a knight's shield of like a medieval era, kind of. But instead of being pointed down like this, it is pointed forward, where it points forward and then comes backwards. And you see, as it comes backwards, it ends into these two large points that kind of cascade forward, almost like a crown, and then one large spike in the center of that. There is incredible rune work and gemstones on it. The edge of it is black. The entirety of it is black on the edges, and where the points start to appear, it fades completely into black points on all three of those. At the very front of it, it ends into one large point and then two smaller points, kind of like a triceratops almost. And onto the shield, you see these beautiful scrawlings of what looks like a dragon carving into it, and the mouth is what looks like carved around a center sphere into the shield. This thing is incredibly heavy, gorgeous, and radiating power.
I look back at the lizard one more time, and I ask him, if this much power is a danger to others, and I know I'm going to get more, who better to teach me than you?
I see you are stupid.
Why am I stupid?
You just watched your fellow man pull spheres from it and they appear, and yet you tried to draw its power and try to control it. And look at your sorry state.
I'm still new to this power.
I will watch.
I will heal.
You say, I will heal, and you see the shield
Yes.
pulse.
Read of the scroll.
I grab the scroll and start reading it now.
You start reading it now, and you see there is a stamp embedded into it, and where is it at? All right. Perfect. So you end up looking into this scroll, and it is, I don't have something written up for it, but basically it details the life of a man, of a human man, within the first council of their tribe leader and King Zarek. The Dragon of Restoration, Yadoru Nidel, and his shield, Yamabushi. This is part of the 12 dragons of Zarek. And this is known as a forgotten sword of the warlord. These... roll a history check. I'm going to say with advantage.
25.
25?
I rolled a 19.
Jeez. Okay. As you start reading about this, you start to recognize different aspects of it, and you recognize this shield a little bit more. You saw it in a memory far distant in past. These are the people that overthrew Almoreth. These are the original Geislandians. These are the ones who overthrew the tyrannical and failing rule of Almoreth. And these were the Warring Council. There was the chief. You knew him. You knew the name as the warlord Zarek and his 12 dragons. The name Yamabushi doesn't ring much of a bell for you, but you have seen this shield, a flash of green, before. This was one of his 12 appointed men, one of his trusted men, wielded this shield at one point in time.
I whisper Yamabushi under my breath.
You whisper Yamabushi, and you see the sphere.
I looked back at the lizard and I said, "Your master was Yamabushi?"
My master was Yodoru Nidel, and I have taken his family name of Nidel. The shield is Yamabushi, known as the Sword of Cleansing.
I look back down towards the shield, and I almost mentally think towards my own arm, the idea of it being healed. And I try and draw Aether in order to heal it.
You see a green energy flow through all of those new wounds, and you see a bit of smoke kind of rise up of this green mist, And as the mist fades, the wound is healed.
I need to write stuff down.
Which, you as the players have seen weapons like this before.
Mm-hmm.
You saw 2 of them in the last campaign. You've seen 1 of them in this campaign.
Yeah.
Now 2 of them in this campaign. You saw the flame sword and the sword of decay. And then those ones were katanas. You saw the 7-branch sword, which was wielded by Silver. And now you see the sword of healing and restoration, Yamabushi.
Cool.
Nice.
But it is a sword, but it's right now it's acting as if it's a shield.
They're all different weapons, but they're called swords.
They're called swords,
Oh, okay.
but they are different equipment.
Okay.
So one of them was a 7-branch sword. The other 2 were katanas. This one is a shield. You don't know the other ones though.
I remind me the family name.
Nidel.
I'll spell
So
it for
that
you.
way I can type it down. Yeah.
I'll spell it for you. Yodoru Nidel. Y-A-D-O-U... Wait. Y-A-D-O-R-U. Nidel. N-I-D-E-L. And the sword Yamabu... Or the sword of healing, which is a shield. Yamabushi is Y-A-M-A-B-U-S-H-I. Yamabushi. But it talks, written in this, you are seeing on the parchment, there is dried blood on it. Long dried blood. Just little bits of it. But it talks of his struggle and his wish to bring healing to those who need it and wrath to those who need it. A sword fit for bringing balance and order to structure and power. This is very much like your spirit metal that you have traveled with. This was his spirit metal that he traveled with. But the name written here is not Yodoru. You end up seeing another name on here, which did I write it down? Where is it? Yep, perfect. Zelith Nidel.
Velith?
Zelith. Z-E-L-I-T-H. Zelith Nidel took upon this as his pupil. He is the second wielder of the shield. And it shares the memories and experiences and journeys and just hard-fought battles that the 2 of them fought, Yodoru and Zelith.
I looked at the other one time and said, "What is your name, truly?" You said your last name, you took the third name of Nidel.
When I was a spirit, I was a small dragon when I was found. He asked me what I would like to be called. I had no name. I asked what his name was, and told me Yodoru Nidel. And I vowed to protect his will and take upon his name. My name is Nidel.
If what is written here is true, and you're the one who had handed us this, correct?
Yes, indeed.
Then maybe I should amend my original statement towards you. Power in the wrong hands, like you said, easily corrupts. And those who become corrupted should fall. And the force necessary to do that is very, very large. But it is necessary to use such force in order to heal. To remove the sickness and mend the world again.
The age of the shield is long gone.
Yet here I stand.
You come from an ancient age. I see you carry a spirit. Show it to me.
I physically summon. Yeah, I summon Berzonde. I call to him.
Sand rushes out from you and forms the sandstone tiger, solidifying itself.
What is its name?
Berzonde, this is Nidel.
Has she been good to you?
And you see Brizante sit and just kind of nod.
Is he a good master to you? Does he follow your whims? Cater to you?
The head nods again.
I will not interrupt such a peace between you and your master. It is up for you, Berzante, to guide him, to be a master of his craft. And if he takes upon this shield, he takes upon the honor of the family name of Nidel. What say you, Brizante? Do you wish to see this man rise to the power of my masters long past?
You see Brizante kind of stand on all fours again, square his shoulders, look very intently.
I do. I will protect and I will guide. Then may the spirits be with you both.
Kind of nods his head. Brizante turns to you. Nods his head at you.
I nod back. Do I happen to have a gemstone on me?
For you? I don't know. Would you?
I would have found something while scrounging around in that carriage, wouldn't I have?
I'd say with the shop you were just in, how expensive of a gemstone were you wanting to get? How good of quality?
So with what I have, at least a diamond.
There would be a rough cut diamond, something that, like a raw diamond. It hasn't been cut yet, but it is pretty large. But if it was cut, it would be worth more. But itself is a large chunk of diamond.
I would hand that to Berzonde.
Perfect. I'm going to say reduce about 50 gold from yourself.
Okay.
Brizante just... You see the eyes light up, which normally the eyes are just like a white kind of sandstone. You see almost like a little bit of color appear in them as he just starts chomping at the bit for this thing. He loves it. looks to you.
I respect your plan for order. What is your final goal?
To bring it back to what it used to be in the history books.
And that being?
The true love of the spirits when they first showed up. It used to be harmonious and something sacred, and now it's just something to be used against others.
And once that order is achieved, what will you do with this power?
I will continue to be strong. I will protect, and I will restore what's been destroyed. That's what I do.
Including the undead.
The undead is what I can bring back with the power I have as a mortal.
If I were to form a contract with you, what would be the grounds?
Well, you're a man of honor, a dragon of honor,
I am.
and I'm seeking a master, teacher.
I will be a teacher. But in forming a contract, I will be no master. I will be a partner.
Partner, exactly. I am young, and you are very ancient. So, I'm not really mature enough to know what something like you would want. But I am very willing to give up a lot of things for knowledge.
Would you give up your humanity to see the world in balance?
I feel like I've already done that, but yes.
Would you be willing to give up all ties, all sacred bonds, familial ties, to achieve peace and balance?
I would sacrifice everything. That's what my mother would want.
And tell me, you are Fae. Your words are binding.
Yes, as is every Aether contract. I say what I mean.
I see the conviction in your eyes. If you want to go through with this, I have but one request.
What?
See to it Etheria falls. Its ruling council destroyed. The sacred cults that they so lovingly create. All of it destroyed to rubble. Those who are complicit, no matter how much they may cry, may beg, barter, their soul is forfeit. I am a dragon of honor, healing, and destruction. And I will bring healing to a nation that has been taken over and polluted by such evilness.
You have yet to see what it's become.
What do you ask of me?
To form a contract, to be a partner. I want to do the exact same things you want to do.
What do you ask of me within this contract?
What would you be comfortable with how you see the world? Are you okay with my necromancy?
Necromancy and reviving both are two sides of the same coin. Healing is just an interpretation.
I just bring back what I can. Usually when something dies, most of it is already ripped away within seconds.
The undeath does not fear me. I am not scared of such things.
Would you be able to help me with that?
With your undead,
with necrotic energies.
Necrotic energies and fortifying your undead.
In both destruction and restoration.
That deal can be done. Channel my aether and yours harmoniously when you summon your creatures of the dead. And I will help.
And I will give everything that you asked.
Are these the boundaries of our contract?
Yes.
You see his hands that are kind of just like close to his chest in like these weird like claw formations. Reaches out one of the arms. As you shake hands, you see the binding. A gold chain wraps around both your hands and claps over you. You see a little bit of butterflies there.
Oh,
Huge.
From your Fae energy.
yeah.
Which you've made contracts with as a Fae. That the gold chains are that. And then you see green energy wrapping around your arm and wrapping around his arm, forming an unbreakable chain. As he lets go from your hand, the chain is still visible, but you see it's almost like extending further and further before it vanishes.
The deal is done. I am yours.
And I am yours.
Let's eat. I'm hungry. I've not eaten in well over 100 years.
That's a lot older than me.
Yes.
What do you like to eat?
Is there a large population of birds?
Here?
Yes. I very much would like to eat a large flock of birds.
I bet if you go up there, you'll find a lot of birds. We are near the sea.
Good. I hate seabirds. They're gaming, but they should be destroyed. They wreak havoc on everything.
Yes, they do eat a lot of snacks.
Leave them to me.
As he shrinks down and kind of coils around your body, like around like kind of your waist, and then reaches up, and his claws are like on the left shoulder, kind of reaching around his neck, looking around with you. Much smaller now.
Hey, Vodos. Can you
Yes.
deal with the shopkeep? I need to feed my spirit.
I'll get it figured out from here.
Sweet, thanks, Dad.
As you flutter out. What a good son.
I know.
So, what are you doing, Vodos?
Testing the limits, I would guess to say.
Okay.
So this artifact,
Yes. Good use of the word
as
artifact.
it is, yeah, it's pretty accurate at this point.
More accurate than that's
What? I'm trying to figure out how to word this right. What the hell did I just do to myself? That's all my character keeps thinking.
Mm-hmm.
Because essentially, as I pulled power from it, it burned me. But the moment I tried to channel it in a different way, it instead healed me.
Mm-hmm.
Now, that healing, did that just fully heal me?
It healed your wounds. You feel a little more pep in your step.
Okay. So I'm back to full health? From that?
No, you're actually not. Your health remains pretty much the same.
So it doesn't necessarily actually heal, it just stops the actual wound from doing anything extra.
Who knows?
You do.
I do. I know.
I'm trying to sit there and I'm like,
Yeah, 2 giant shields.
okay, Yeah, I got 2 giant shields now, a massive halberd and a lance on my back. Like, I literally look like a walking fortress at the moment, and I look like the goofiest man alive.
That's a fighting style, though.
That is a fighting style.
It was a Viking thing. You'd have 2 round shields.
Mm-hmm.
2 heavy shields would be hard, though.
I mean, I can start fighting that way if that's how we want me to start fighting.
This shield is massive, by the way.
So you said it was like a knight shield?
Kind of like a knight shield in like the acorn shape kind of look.
So it is, there's a spike on the bottom, right?
Instead of it being like this, it's like this.
Oh, it's
So there's a
square.
spike on the front.
Okay.
So instead of the spike pointing down, it's pointing forward towards his fist.
And you can do the same thing you did with your Aether before, which is just make rock spikes.
So as it's on him, it extends probably about like this far from his fist.
And it's spirit metal.
And it's the entire thing is
Yeah.
purified spirit metal.
If I was to use it a certain way, I'm thinking I'm Captain America with a tower shield and a small acorn shield from, what's it called?
Honestly, you're kind of like Captain America from Endgame with the shield that has the spikes on it.
Yeah, the pointy,
Yeah.
but it's on this arm.
Yeah.
And this is like my fighting arm now.
Yep.
And then this arm still has my actual defensiveness.
Yep.
Oh boy. This is gonna get interesting. I channel my Aether into it and try and see how far I can send the spike into the nearby wall.
Oh, you're trying to change its shape?
Yes. I'm
Oh.
trying to see what happens if I channel Aether, because I've never tried that with my regular shield.
You channel Aether into it, and you feel. Only way I could describe it: Zoro grabbing Enma for the first time.
Oh, it literally tries to suck the life out
It
of me.
tries to suck the life out of you, and the energy once you open that valve, it's just flowing into the shield. It is. You allow access to it, and it is now draining you, and you feel a little more frail, but you feel the intense energy around this shield now.
I try to do my best to point it at the wall and try and release it all.
How are you releasing it, and in what manner are you releasing it? What is your visualization? Visualization.
You know, like the whole concept of like, I guess you ever see those tactical door openers where it has a massive spike and it pretty much explodes forward
Yes, I do.
and then retracts back after. So
Literally.
it's like a metal spike just getting jabbed out.
Yeah.
I'm thinking
That's
that.
probably.
Okay. You go to channel it. The shield itself looks like it retains its shape. As it is in a purified state, it looks like the shape wasn't its intended use when it was created and when it was purified. However, the energy you blast outwards from that is a rocket of energy that blasts forward, and you're trying to make a javelin of energy, basically.
More or less, yes.
You see a javelin of green energy, a lighter and more calm green energy than normal Aether, which is normally kind of like a deeper
like a heavier goopy looking?
Yeah, kind of like a radioactive green is kind of like the color of Aether. But this one
Okay.
is a light green that's like very just like relaxing to look at, and it just blasts forward, causing a hole through the shop. Everything in the path of it is kind of melting and singed, and it just a hole straight ahead. You don't know how far it went.
I feel like I'm sitting here at that scene from The Incredibles movie where he just chucked the man through the wall a bunch of times.
Yep, and as you chucked that though, you fall to your knees immediately.
I try and sever that flow.
You try to serve that flow. Okay, we're gonna go ahead and roll a competing control. Oh wait, that was a control. What did you roll?
32.
87. The control maintains of the shield drawing from you. Go ahead and roll me a Constitution saving throw. And this is not using your aura, this is just yourself.
So this is my con save, essentially.
Mm-hmm.
Well, luckily I'm okay at those. I rolled a 19 overall.
19 overall. You don't pass out. But you've now fallen to your knees and are being held up by both the shields. Which, now that you're getting a better look at this thing, the edges of the entirety of the shield, it almost looks kind of like the face of a dragon, with the sides of it kind of cresting upwards into the two horns, and the center crest in the middle. The beautiful dragon motif on it with the large sphere in the center of it, and then it goes on to points that could probably be seen as a snout. The entire edge of this shield is a blade. And a very sharp one at that. He is confused.
No, I'm not confused. It's more of trying to figure out what the hell to do.
Well, I'll give you some time to think about that, and we'll pick up there next time.
Okay.
That way you have some time to think about it, and you have some time to think about your dragon as well.
Yeah.
For your dragon stats, though, what is that?
Stats.
Yeah, every Aether Spirit has stats. They all have attributes that make them them.
Oh, like his elements and
Yeah.
everything? Okay.
So this is a legendary named creature.
Nice.
So I'll read you the synopsis. These creatures have gained their name through their sheer power and influence, and have presided for ages. Most, if not all, bargains are made to their benefit and are risky. But you basically risk your entire life and well-being, so that follows in that category. So that's your spirit there for his rank. That was his rank. His elements. This is a air and light spirit.
Okay.
And then because of the way that you are working with him, his manifestation is a mind specialty. And he is helping you with enhancement. And there we go.
Nice.
And then I'll build your stats for your shield as well and give you those. There will be some stuff that will be a mystery. I'll give you the stuff that you would know with it. So there are other attributes that are going to be there that you're going to have to kind of experiment with and figure out. Because the shield will reveal it to you as time goes on. You look a little... Yes.
Yeah, that's accurate all around.
Yeah, this is an artifact. This is a spirit metal artifact that you now wield.
Nice.
So, being an artifact, a lot is unknown about them, and there can be repercussions for owning it. Which I will say, you do remember. He did say he was hiding the shield from pursuers, and he does not know what happened to those pursuers.
Right.
That's all.
If you meet the original party, we do know about some other users of it.
Good.
Good.
Okay.
Good.
Yeah.
Cool.
All right. Recording sign off. You gotta say it.
See you.
Thank you.
No
Yeah.
idea.
Recording sign off.
And cut. Oh, I can't cut.
Yeah, I was like, that didn't cut.